You must be on the watch to see where does this mind go to dirty things. Why does it always go to this sensation? See the birds, see the flowers, see the nature, see the beautiful people. Just see them. Another horrible thing in the West is that the women must expose their body to get men excited. Or men do the same, I think. They always try to excite each other and live in a stupid excitement. You have to expose beautiful things like flowers, beautiful ornaments. All right. But you are not a thing. It's your private. Property. You don't put all your gold on the streets, do you? Better try that sometimes. You will mind people plundering your gold, but you don't mind your chastity being plundered. Everyone looking at you with dirty eyes. You don't feel insulted, because ego is the dirty stuff. It does not mind. It feels happy that people are watching you. They are plundering you. They are looting your chastity. But Sahaja Yogis are not like that. But still I must say, you must cleanse your hearts, cleanse your minds. Take yourself out of it. The minds are very funnily placed. And that's why the greatest complications there are in the brains of people. They are very confused. Very confused people. Because there is no wisdom in this kind of life. To become just a sex-oriented personality. It is actually just the other way down. If you are money-oriented, you want to preserve money. If you are position-oriented, you want to preserve it. If you get one little antique piece, you want to preserve it. And why not this property of yours, which is the highest of all, to be preserved, to be adorned, to be worshipped? I'm quite worried on that point, that secretly people are indulging into such things. And they're hypocritical sometimes. They don't mind being hypocritical about it. They're Sahaja Yogis, all right. But in this matter, they think they can go about the way they like. And sometimes some of them say that Mother has said it's all right. I never said so. There's one point I cannot compromise is this. You must have a chaste outlook towards yourself, towards your life, towards your being, towards your personality. You are saints. And if a saint doesn't have a good character, I call it the character, the essence of character, is not a saint. So this purity has to be maintained. There cannot be any compromise on that. You cannot hit at the roots of everything. If it works out in a collective way, nobody cheats oneself. Nobody deceives oneself. And puts the mind just like any other devil is thrown out. So there is no compromise. Tell yourself. Don't deceive yourself. Don't cheat yourself. You cannot assent. If there is any lurking thing within you, you will be dragged down, because that's your weakness. You will become weaker and weaker and weaker. Only question is, where is your attention? Divert. Divert your attention. First you will need some exercise, some effort, and afterwards it will come automatically. You won't have to exert. You won't have to worry. On the contrary, it will become impossible how to be otherwise. So much conditioning is there. We have played into the hands of conditioning. We have ruined ourselves. This conditioning is the subtlest of all and the worst of all. Impossible to combat in Sahaja Yoga, unless and until you individually take up the responsibility of looking after it. Muladhara is one of the most delicate and the most powerful chakra. It has so many folds and it has so many dimensions. If your Muladhara is not alright, your memory will fail. If your Muladhara is not alright to begin with, your wisdom will fail. You will have no sense of direction. The insanity that is now crawling up in America, before they become 40 years of age, is because their Muladharas are around. Most of the diseases which are incurable come because of weak Muladhara. On the physical side. On the mental side, most of the mental problems, disorder, most, I would say 90% are due to weak Muladhara. If a person has a strong Muladhara, powerful Muladhara, it doesn't get into trouble. Because you know there's a very strong hold of that Muladhara on the back here. And when your mind goes off, you blame the brain. It's not the brain. Mostly it is the Muladhara. So for physical safety and for your emotional safety also, you have to have a same type of attitude towards Muladhara. That's why I'm very anxious that you all should get married. And after marriage, after a few days, you find that your attention start diverting to other problems of married life. But not if you are not a surgeon. Because the sensationalization has become the main theme of the modern life. When you are tossed about on the rough sea of all these deliberate actions of the people. Media, books, ideas, everything creates this horrible, excitable temperament. Such a person doesn't have any patience, doesn't have any balance. Actually is hypocritical and has a very bad left Vishuddhi. So many complications take place with it. Before realization, forget the past. Whatever you have done, forget it. Just don't worry. But remember one thing, that you have damaged your Muladhara, so you have to look after it. You have to soothe it down. You have to bring it to normalcy. You have to make it a healthy, balanced center so that Sri Ganesha can rule over it. talking about Sri Ganesh, vibrations become too much for me. We talk of innocence, but to awaken innocence within ourselves, we must be on the full watch, on the full alertness about our minds. What is it thinking? Where is it going? Where is this thief going? Is he trying to do some tricks? Is he up to some tricks? All right. You have to be alert, very alert. And you'll be ashamed of yourself. So please be careful, very careful about it, that you again make your Muladhara very healthy and powerful. May God bless. So our prayer should be that let our Muladhara be healthy and strong. That's all. Let's pray. Certain exercises for Muladhara I will explain to Gavin, who is your leader in England. Then he will pass it on to you. It should be done verbally. It should not be written down. The leaders of the ashrams and other places should come and see him every month sometime, and these things should be talked, because it's a secret, not to be discussed openly. It's a secret. It's between you and yourself. It should not be written down anywhere. It should not be mentioned, but should be worked out by all of you in such a way that you enjoy the bliss of Sri Ganesh. It's more for the ladies, I would say, than for the men, because men suffer much more than women do. And that's why women must be very careful. Develop very good relationships with your brothers. Unless and until you really establish your high character, men cannot be improved.